Announcement. The hemp revolution will not be televised. I repeat, the hemp revolution will not be televised. Welcome to the Hemp Revolution podcast, the global hotspot for the buzz and the cannabis. You can hear the stories of the green rush from the dreamers who are writing the rules, innovating the business, and changing history forever. Immerse yourself with the fascinating stories from the leaders in the hemp health revolution to learn how we are changing the game forever. Introducing your hosts, James Brinkerhoff and Sonia Gomez.
This week, I got a super special guest for you. His name is Wesley Jones. He weighs in from Chicago, Illinois, by way of Southern California. If any of you guys have been following us for the past few years, you've seen our kind of meteoric rise on social media. And it's kind of odd for somebody like me who's been in the cannabis industry for many, many years and kind of off social media and out of the public spotlight, only to protect my family and protect my identity as I was navigating my way through the industry. Well, a few years ago, I ran into Wes Jones and a group that he was working with that helped entrepreneurs like myself build audiences and brands online. And I wanted to take all my expertise and all my years and stories and everything from the cannabis industry and bring it online and start publishing it to you guys. And Wes was one of the ones that helped me do that. So we've been able to build a Facebook page it's about to cross 1 million followers. We have other groups that put it well over 1 million Facebook groups and different social channels there. We've built a subscriber list to over 400,000 people. And recently I had to kill about 100,000 people on that subscriber list because it was costing me so much money to keep it going. And a lot of those people weren't really active with our content and our offers and stuff. So we've built a huge subscribers list with Wes. We've done a lot of things. We've been able to acquire 500 customers in only a few short days. We've been able, another time we did a promotion and we got 300 customers in like less than 48 hours. So we've been able to do some amazing things online with social media with our friend Wes Jones here. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Wes onto the show and just dig into this stuff, how to build million-person audiences that are begging to buy your stuff, especially in the CBD and cannabis space when a lot of people are having a hard time acquiring customers and building audiences for themselves. So Wes, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for that intro, man. Glad to be here.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Wes, your background, and kind of how you got into building out these awesome audiences for people and yourself.
Right. My background really is, I started off in real estate, and, before I knew what internet marketing was and direct response marketing was, I was doing direct mail campaigns to get people to list their house with me for sale, also to find investors, also to find buyers. And so, I had this really kind of complicated business where I had to advertise to get people selling their home. I had to advertise to find people that wanted to buy homes, and I also had to advertise to find investors, which created a really unique problem for me at the time. I was pretty good. I built a 400-person cash buyer list of investors, and that's how I was able to start wholesaling. But at the time, it was around 2011, so it wasn't a great time for real estate.
Yeah.
So I decided to pivot. I found out about this thing, internet marketing and direct response marketing. That's when I kind of realized, I'm already kind of doing some of these things. And from there, that's really how I got on the internet. Fast forward a couple years, I'm in the agency business, and one of our biggest problems is keeping clients for a long time. Facebook changes its algorithm every 4 to 6 months. So, if we want clients longer than that, it was really getting tough because an algorithm would come and change, and all of our campaigns that are doing 300%, 400% would tank, and we kind of have to start over from scratch, and the costs are higher now, and we're trying to figure it out. And what we came up with last year, really over the last 2 years, but last year was when we really started realizing, okay, what has worked? What's worked across every account? And we've never really had to change it. And we looked at this idea of fan acquisition, acquiring fans around a social property and getting the organic reach and the organic push that you get from owning a page and basically having internal traffic. And we were able to kind of take that and build out into other phases where now our philosophy is based on just having your own internal traffic. Because now, we took our average stick rate of a client from 4 to 6 months to 8 to 10 months. Because now when the algorithm changes, we have mini chat lists, we've got email, we've got SMS, we've still got a fan page. We can go live on that fan page. We can still retarget our warm audience, right, until we figure out the cold traffic side. So it just allowed us to keep our clients longer because we had more time to kind of figure out the ins and outs because we built up such a huge mass of internal traffic.
Cool. So to get this right, a lot of times people on Facebook, they're spending to get leads or they're spending to get customers straight to their product. So they're telling Facebook, take people right to my offer page or my sales page or my product page, and I'll pay for that. So normally what does it cost to get somebody to your sales page, your product?
Man, I mean, if you're in e-com right now, it's pretty normal to see, conversion costs. Or you said people to your website or people to buy?
Yeah, to your website.
To your website. It's pretty normal. If a typical sales page, 80 cents on the low, $1.50, if you got a pretty good offer. If it's newer and you haven't tested it, your cost per click may come out around $2.50, but we're seeing around 80 cents to $1.50 is about the norm for.
Right. So $1.50 to get to your offer. Then the other way that you guys do it is you acquire fans. So let's talk about the cost of acquiring fans and why that's where you guys are steering all your clients right now.
Yeah. For us, the typical cost to acquire a fan is about 15 cents. And there's a lot of times we're able to get that below 10 cents. I know with you, we ran a pretty legendary campaign. We got over 200 some thousand fans for 4 cents a piece. So yeah, the leverage there is because, when you pay for a click, you pay that $1.50, you get 1 click. But if you want that person to come back to your site, you got to pay Facebook again. So you also have to pay the retargeting cost to get them to click back to your site. Whereas with us, a fan is going to see our content through organic reach. We can do Facebook Lives. There's different ways we can post and get them to engage with us in Messenger. So, really our whole philosophy is offsetting your traffic costs, not increasing your traffic costs and just perpetually relying on retargeting.
I just want to throw some numbers out for you guys out there listening and for my mastermind group. So we started at about $40 a day on Facebook, and we started getting, I think we started about 12 cents a like. And then after a few weeks, Wes optimized the campaign and got it down. We had, some of them were a penny, some of them were 2 cents, some of them were 4 cents, and some of them were 6 cents. And at that point, I could have dumped a lot more money on it, but I was just starting out. And you start to see this thing snowball week after week. And then the paid traffic with the organic traffic, it like boosts it together. So it kind of turns into this snowball. And we were there getting thousands of new people into our page and into our kind of community page every week. And then from there, we're posting. So talk a little bit about the content strategy once we get them there, right? So you can spend $40 a day, right? You could get 40 people. If you're lucky, you probably get 25 to 30 people to click on your page. You probably, realistically, nobody's going to buy out of that many. So you have 20 people that click there, then they're gone. If you ever want to see them again, you're either giving them away something on that page that was really irresistible, they were going to give you your email, or you're going to have to pay Facebook or Google or someone to retarget them because all you really got was their Pixel ID. You got them on your Pixel, right?
Yep.
Because they clicked on your landing page. So you're going to have to go pay another $1.50 probably to get them to see the page again. Well, this way, $1.50, you have 15 people for $1.50 at 10 cents. You have 15 people for $1.50 that are in your community. And then the next time you post, they're going to start seeing your posts. And you're going to become a regular figure in their newsfeed and their socials. So I hope you guys see the power of that. So talk a little bit about the content posting.
Yeah, content posting is really, really, really important because, you don't want to, I mean, it's like throwing a party, but there's no drinks, there's no entertainment, and then there's no weed, there's nothing, right? the content is the party, right? So you're clicking like because people want to be a part of this community. They're interested in the topics that you're going to discuss. So you've got to actually deliver on that content. What's healthy is a good content mix. So I would advise people to think about content types of content that your audience is interested in. Pick at least 3, right? content types. So for example, benefits of certain herbs, that's a type of post, right? Where now, you're going out and you're looking out for memes that say benefits of ginger and list out the benefits of ginger, benefits of turmeric, and then list out the benefits of turmeric. And you might have another type of post that's one that did really well with you guys was like anti-pharma posts, right? That gets a ton of engagement. So come up with
like controversy would be like a type.
Yeah.
Controversial posts. Then another one that did well for us was like songs. For some reason, like any kind of songs about weed or CBD, and people love the music on social. So that was another one that did well. Another one that did well for us was news.
Yeah, I was going to say news and political news or industry news, updates about a specific product or legal status on a specific product. And you can really get a good idea of this by looking at, hopefully if you're starting a community, you're not the first person to start a community around this topic. So you can kind of go spy on some other people and see what kind of posts we're engaging with them.
Yeah. So if I'm into natural health, I go into Facebook in the search bar and I type in natural health for moms or natural health America or natural health organic. And I go look and see like how many pages, how many groups are there. And then do you look for a certain number? Say like, if there's not a page that has 100,000 fans, it's probably not worth my time.
Typically you got to go with your gut. I would say typically 80% of the time, if no one has done it yet, it's probably not worth your time.
Okay. So it's good to see competition. It's good to see some big pages when you go search for sports fitness.
Yeah. I mean, if I see a page that has 20 million fans and another one that has 5 million, another one that has 1 million, another one that has 600,000, I'm excited to get in because typically those guys have a huge audience, but their posting strategy is all wrong. And so they're still missing out on a ton of engagement and a ton of traffic. And that's where we really can come in there and kind of shake things up.
Yeah, I love it because as somebody who's doesn't have a huge budget, you can actually go in and compete with some of these guys because of getting these strategies right. So cool. So you go through, you get your types of posting. You maybe test 3, 4, or 5, and you figure out what 3 are really getting you engagement, and you stick with those 3 types?
Yeah.
And then how many times a day do you post?
It depends per page. Right now, less is more. So 6 to 10 times is really good. Right now, it used to be 6 to 12. At one point, we were posting 25 times a day. Right now, if you're posting between 6 to 10 times a day with a healthy content mix, you're good. And what I mean by content mix is don't post all memes. Right? Post 5 memes, an article, and a video. And if the content mix is what will get you the engagement, if you post the same type of content, I like to say you'll kind of bland out in the Facebook algorithm. They'll kind of just stop showing your content. So just make sure you're mixing up your content types as far as the categories of content that you're posting, but also the physical type of content. Like this is a photo, this is a video, this is a link post, this is a meme, this is a meme video. Like just mix up your content types.
Yeah, guys. So we would normally be posting maybe 5 or 6 memes a day, and then we'll publish 2 articles, and we'll have those, originally written for us, and then we'll publish them on the Facebook page, and you get all these people clicking over to the blog. So now we got people pushing over to our own content site where we could place our own ads and have our own opt-ins for emails, however we want to communicate. And then we start building that brand of that content, that blog. And so we've been able to get 350,000 clicks on one article from doing this, and you never know which one's going to go viral. But if you stay consistent, all of a sudden this traffic builds up, and our blog was seeing 50,000, 100,000 unique visitors every month, which starts to build up your own internal traffic. And that's pretty exciting. You have your own little tribe there. You don't have to go pay Google and Facebook or these solo ads or somebody else who has a big list every time you want to send traffic there. You start to build your own tribe, and that's really exciting. So let's see. One other thing I wanted to ask, which is pretty important, and people are asking me right now, is the ad portion of this. And while a lot of people are getting their ads shut down to restricted industries like CBD and hemp and cannabis and stuff, talk to me about, setting up these ads and how you guys go about the audiences and some of the sweet spots to look for.
Yeah. We deal a lot with the restricted space. What we've been able to do there is kind of prolong and delay the sale. And we focused on, since we know pretty much everybody is out on a witch hunt for like certain industries like CBD and kratom. And we've done both CBD and kratom. What we've been able to do is prolong the sale just a little bit. And we focus primarily on capturing the audience in as many different buckets as possible. So we do fan acquisition. We get them in Messenger. We get them in email. We get them in SMS. And from those 4 channels, organically, we will sell that product. Typically, Facebook they want to know they're not using Facebook ads to sell CBD and Facebook ads to sell a product that is not compliant. Posting CBD on your news feed organically, typically they're not going to mess with you for anything like that. And you guys know we've done that with your mini chat. We've done that with your page organically. The problem is typically, and I'm saying typically because it is still Facebook, right? 99% of the time, they just want to know that you're not advertising one of those products. But organically is perfectly fine. So we focus primarily on email for us. Messenger is a way we really love to get people into email, because it's kind of like building 2 lists in one. So we'll get them into Messenger first. And from Messenger, we'll ask for their email address. Mm-hmm. And that's working great for us.
And then right from there, you send them an email with the product.
Yeah. I mean, and then the key is making sure you have your offer really dialed in and have a ton of scarcity. James talked about, those offers where we got, several hundred customers, in a day or two. And that was twice. Well, what we did was we sold through email, we sold through Messenger on the back end, totally uncompliant products, right?
Yeah.
Smoke paraphernalia and such, right? And what we did was we just engineered a ton of scarcity, a ton of timers and an irresistible offer, and people will take advantage of it. Some people think that, if you can't optimize for purchase on Facebook, you're not going to make sales. How did we make sales before Facebook? Right. So it's just, there's always a way to engineer a campaign for scale. For us with CBD, since we're not able to sell directly in the news feed, which is a bummer. It is a bummer. We rely on, capturing our audiences in Messenger and email, and high scarcity, irresistible offers work awesome for us.
Well, there you have it, guys. So mainly, let me just recap on the ads. You're mainly running light campaigns to get that person into the page, right? And you also do some Messenger ads?
Yeah. So typically we'll start with fan acquisition, and we'll acquire fans, 5 to 10,000 fans, because that gives us a data set to create a lookalike audience from. So now we can do 2 things. We can retarget our fans and capture them in the Messenger now. But we can also go to a cold audience based off that fan data, and Facebook will give us an audience of 2 million people that very closely matches the 10,000 fans we've already acquired. So that's how we're making sure that when we move forward in the cold traffic, it's super targeted, super dialed in. And
so you target that lookalike with Messenger ads, so they get into the Messenger, get their email for some type of giveaway, a recipe book or a YouTube video or something. And then you follow up with the product after you've kind of led them down that path.
Exactly. Yep.
So that's how we've been doing it, guys. People have been wondering how we've been doing this, and everyone's getting their Facebook, their ad accounts shut down. And we've been quietly building audiences, not directed at CBD, directed around a passion, whether it's yoga or whether it's pit bulls. For us, it was legalize it, don't criticize it, because my background's in cannabis. So I've been all about, getting it legalized my whole life. And we found that there's a lot of people in that niche. So get out there on Facebook, check out the, Facebook's also a search engine. So go looking for the groups and the passions that you're all about. And the likelihood is if you see a big page, there's a lot of people in that niche that love that type of stuff. And there's a way to get in there and get in front of people, even if you don't have this monster huge ad budget like some of these big brands. So I'm super excited about this stuff. And if any of you guys are interested in this, you can go ahead and reach out to me. I'm going to be leaving some links below here. And those that are in my mastermind group and seeing this video, there's going to be a form down below where you can talk to us if you're interested in having us help you build out these kind of audiences for your business. It doesn't necessarily have to be CBD. This works in a lot of niches. Wes, what are the best niches you would say? It probably doesn't work in every niche, right?
Well, I haven't seen it not work yet. And if it hasn't worked, it wasn't necessarily a niche kind of a thing. It was more so didn't have the right offer, or maybe we just didn't target the right people that the offer went for. But I would say we've done this at least 50 or 60 times over the last few years. And I mean, almost every audience we've built has been super, super high performing, some more than others. I'm biased, so I'm going to say the best niche is the health space. Anything that's around health, people are super motivated right now, especially. Alternative medicine is a trend. 10 years ago, it was only the kooks that were interested in it. Now it's like global. Yeah, right? And now it's global. So I specifically like to help people in any realm of health, right? Whether it's fitness, right? We got cycling clients, or whether it's, CBD, curcumin. We've had curcumin clients. Beauty is really good space. So there's anything that any industry where people spend a lot of money is, a good industry, right? So if I had a client right now that sold luxury sunglasses, I might start a fashion page for them, right? Because people are interested in fashion. People are spending money on fashion. So why couldn't we build a community around them? So a lot of it's just making sure you can kind of spy on the people who have the pages already and see what they're posting already that's going viral. If you can find at least 2 or 3 posts that did good for other people, then there's no reason why you can't build a community around that topic.
Cool, Wes. That's awesome. And I mean, that was a lot of value, you guys. We basically broke down there how we've done it. And there's been very few of us in the cannabis and hemp space that have built such a massive following like that. So go back to this video. I'm going to transcribe it so it's all written out, and hopefully I'll add a couple PDFs. I know I think he's coming out with a course soon. So just stay tuned. This is really the way, you guys, right now, to build big tribes, internal traffic, where you have your own authority and your own traffic that's following you. And at some point 6 months ago, I turned it off. I stopped giving Facebook money because I had so much traffic. And then I had to run back and start focusing on my offers to try to keep up with all the fans and everybody that I was dealing with, asking me for products, asking me for courses, coaching, all kinds of stuff. And now I've even got a multiple 6-figure deal just from building this community that has nothing to do with, cannabis consumers or legalize it. Just the fact that we built a massive audience and people are looking at us like this, it's creating massive opportunities from my wife and I, speaking on, getting paid to fly across the country to speak at people's events. All different kind of stuff happens through this. So even if you're just selling sunglasses, or you're just selling a CBD product or a skincare thing, or whatever it is, this really elevates you in almost every way in your business. You go and show people you have 1 million followers on Facebook. They want to interview you. They want to put you on their podcast. They want to do deals with you. So there's so many things that come from all this. And I'm just super excited about it, Wes. I'm thankful that you took this time. I know you're busy. You took this time to come out here for our audience and teach them some about this stuff. And I'm going to continue to bring you out here as long as you'll come out and show up and help continue to teach this stuff. Because to me, it's really like, as a small business owner, when you look out into the world, and me especially, like being in the cannabis space, I'm looking at some very major, the billionaires is who I'm up against right now. I'm up against these billionaires. And I've been, I ran away from home as a kid, nobody, and when I was young, cannabis was like, stay the hell away from it. It was like this really bad drug, say no to drugs. I grew up in the 80s and all that stuff. So I was just kind of pushed out of my family and everything. And I worked really hard, and I built myself up 1 million, 7-figure business, being a caregiver and taking cannabis down to these medical collectives down in San Francisco back in the early 2000s. And I was really proud of myself, but I still couldn't tell the world that I had a little successful business that I built. And so here I am now. It's legal. It's like I know that there's a group of guys like me, guys and girls like me, that have been in the industry a while. And now that it's legal, now we got to deal. The next problem is the billionaires. Mm-hmm. And all these guys are coming in with unlimited ad spend, unlimited access to television, radio. They have shelf space, and
they're buying patents to everything, and
they're buying up the industry. And to me, this technique, this strategy of building audiences online, this is like a diamond in the rough, you guys, where we have the opportunity to get in front of a lot of people, where you would never have that opportunity in mainstream media. You would be paying hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to get in front of. I've had probably 50, 100 million video views. People that have seen me or my wife on video. That's when we go to different cities and people recognize my wife in the airport now. it's crazy. You know,
funny. I was just looking at your page, man. You've had almost 900,000 messages since we started MiniChat.
I know. For a while, I was getting a message every 5 seconds. I had somebody sending me a message internally, and they're asking me for products and all this stuff. And I just didn't have the team to so I wasn't ready for how fast this audience got built. So I just want to just put that out there to all you guys. Like, this is the way to build a moat around your company, where you have people that trust you and like you. Then there's some moving parts, and I'd recommend getting with my wife too, because when you combine Facebook Live with this audience strategy, it's super powerful.
Yeah.
And you become like a celebrity to people, and you really become the authority in your space. So, and you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it. So it's just pretty exciting. I'm going to continue to talk about this stuff. Again, Wes, thanks so much. And you guys, this is the latest episode of On the Rise, and we will see you on the next time.
All right. Have a good one.
Later.
Thanks for listening to another Rockstar episode of the Hemp Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Sonia Gomez, and just for you, we took notes on this episode along with the links and other resources mentioned inside of today's show. Get them for free right now by going to theemeraldcircle.com. Now, if you want more on this, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcast or wherever you like to listen, and you will be automatically entered in to our monthly giveaway, where you can get swag bags, all kinds of cool gifts and discounts from our guests, and exclusive offers that are only mentioned right here in the Hemp Revolution podcast. I can't wait for you to share this with your friends. With your help, we've been able to impact millions of people's lives around the world with the truth about hemp and cannabis. And we know that you love us so much that you're going to leave a review and rate us right now on your favorite platform to absorb content just like this. Now, we challenge you to dream big and love the life that you live. Thanks so much, and we hope to see you on our next episode of the Hemp Revolution podcast. Ciao for now.